Good. All right, so got a little bit of a dance from Cadiest in the chat. So game number one, Mortal Division One game of Mortal Esports versus Seraphim on Braxis Holdout. A strong map. Well, in my opinion, one of the fun maps. The strategy really comes into play of how you want to draft your 4-man, 1-man. A lot of times the main strategy now, or not now, I should say, the strategy that's been kind of figured out on this map is to, lost a little bit of a disconnect. Got a little bit of disconnect. Yeah, so a lot of the big maps, I guess I'll try to keep going, is, trying to hold out on your 1-man and your 4-man and trying to prioritize your 4-man to be kind of a sustained comp. You kind of want people that are able to sit there for a while, and we're flying by the bans right away. So the two major people on this map, Zarya and Tacit, have already been banned out. Giving the two shields, two shielders, allows you to have a lot of that sustain. If you can stop immediate damage, it keeps you in the fight for longer and puts less strain on your healer. A lot of times with a 4-man comp, the first person to have to back is your healer because they're out of mana, unless you get like a straight up kill. But the next strongest is the Gul'dan. His wave clear and safe, like he has his own self-sustain. He has a life tap, but he has drain hope, and then he has strong wave clear, especially if they happen to lose the beacons and they have the Zerg rush pushing. Gul'dan can immediately clear out those pesky Bane lanes at the front and then do a lot of wave clear in the back line. So he's probably definitely in the top 3 first picks for this map. The follow-up for that, I think they're probably going to want to either go with their Ragnaros and get one of the solo laners. Maybe they go with the Haka, somebody that can split back and forth. But they immediately pick up Ariel, and they do get Ragnaros. So Ariel's a pretty interesting first pick in that regard. I mean, it denies Ariel from the Gul'dan, which is really strong because Gul'dan is such a great hope generator for him. And then they pick up the Ragnaros, which is, again, being in Molten Core, if you happen to lose a Zerg wave, is ridiculously strong. Plus, he already spells out your solo laner. So a lot of options on the table. Mortal Esports is going to be looking to probably pick up their solo laner, and I would imagine their healer here, if it's a healer they want, Mafirin or Lucio, because one of them is going to get banned out, guaranteed. So they're going to want to pick up whichever one they prefer the most, and they end up being Lucio. I think Lucio's found his spot. I think honestly he's probably stronger than Mafirin. He gives a lot of utility in the team fight. If you have a good Lucio player that can swap between his speed and his heals, knowing that you don't really need heals right in the beginning of the team fight, so you can use your speed, wall ride, get behind him, boop him into your team, or just get your team to allow to engage easier. Definitely provides a lot of utility, especially with the shield bearer bursting some ultimates or the reverse amp to slow him down. Plus, he does decent healing for Gul'dan. I mean, Gul'dan will still have to use Drain Hope, but the ticking healing, if he happens to have that on, will allow Gul'dan to not have to Drain Hope as much. Drain Life. I don't know why I keep saying Drain Hope is Leoric. Drain Life. So going into the second ban phase, Seraphim has the next 2 picks. So they're kind of going to go about against somebody who they think is going to be protective of their team, so they ban out the Joanna, knowing that they have the next 2 tank picks. So if Mortal Esports is to ban a tank here as well, it's actually limiting more of the pool for Mortal Esports. So they're probably gonna be looking to ban one of the damage dealers that they're afraid of, probably a Jaina, I would assume. Somebody else that gives Ariel hope. So they picked up 2 of the major hope generators for Art with the Gul'dan and the Bala. They decided to ban the Sylvanas, just in case they were to lose. Oh, they haven't banned it yet, but they're mousing over it. But the 2 main hope generators for Ariel have already gone between Vala and Gul'dan. Those are the 2 that are very reliable hope. They do bend out Sylvanas. Don't have to worry about if they do lose the Zerg rush, then they don't have an immense push from the Sylvanas trait. Just making sure that they're not really scared of anything else. It's just one of those gimmicky things where if they do happen to lose, they lose hard. So they just want to make sure that's off the table. I mean, so Seraphim's really going to be looking for a backliner here in this rotation. Just because they have 2 picks here, they'll pick up their tank, pick up their backliner, leave their 5th as to whatever they think can be a good counter. I'm not sure what backliner they're going to be looking for. I mean, I could see the Jaina working. Ariel's going to be limited on her hope, but if they get somebody else, like another 5th, then it can pan out. Maybe they go hammer. They can go hammer double tank. I could see that working. Hammer is a lot of hope for Ariel, and if they have the double tank for the peel, then they could they could actually take double tank here if they plan to do that. But they end up going with Nazeebo ETC. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Nazeebo pick. He doesn't provide much on a 2-lane map. He can have some cheeky plays with zombie walls just because you're limited on your movement. If you're actually fighting on the beacon, there's 2 chokes right there on the beacon that you can wall people in or wall people out. And so that can be helpful, but he doesn't actually put out much damage in the early game. He has to stack his spiders if he goes that. He has to stack his toads if he goes that. Or toads, rather, doesn't do damage until like late game, past 10. And then, it's hard for you to get your trait stacks if you plan to make it to level 20. So we'll have to see how it plays out for him. Hopefully they'll be able to get a lot of zombie walls and try to do some of that synergy. It's kind of anti-synergy with ETC because ETC has a hard time, going through it. He can get stuck himself. But if they do get somebody in it, then it's a lot of, rag damage. Hey, hero. What's up? So, they're going triple range, 4 range from Mortal Esports. That is not something, with only a Murd and tank. That is not something we see too often anymore. And the Chromie, interesting. So, pretty much everybody's squishy ranged. I would actually, even though I know Lucia, Varian got nerfed, I think Varian actually would have played really well there, just because all 3 of those backliners can be squished pretty easily, and Murden's not scary. I don't know, that's a weird comp. We don't see triple range too often, and with only a Murden peel, granted, there's no dive, so I think they got away with it, because if there's no dive to punish the triple range, then they could just sit in the back anyways. So I think it worked out for him. I think it's, with this comp right now, if Chromie, I don't know, they have Rag, then I'm just not a big fan of Nazeebo. I think if Chromie can land a lot of her hits, then they're going to be in good shape. But if she doesn't, then they're going to fall behind quickly. Just because I think the immense pressure of the 3 ranged, the damage, with not much of a hope generator from Ariel, is going to allow them to get kills pretty easily. And then, if it might be a Clown Fiesta, I might just, holy shit. Well, well, this is bad. Holy cow. Best of 3, go, yeah. I picked the Brawl Braxis and not the actual Braxis.
Facility powering up.
Holy crap. Well, we know the draft, so we'll just get right into it real quick. That's really bad. So don't mind that. We're going to leave this real quick. I'm going to get right into it. Why do they even have that as an option? So which one's the real one? Braxis Outpost versus Braxis Holdout? But like, it doesn't tell you. Which one's the real one? Wait, I don't even need to do. I don't even need to. We don't need a draft. We can just do standard. Like, it doesn't tell you. Okay, this is Brax's holdout. Oh, man. Not like this. Not like this. Alright, so we all remember the picks, right? Alright, let's go. Alright, so we should be seeing Lunara. Okay, they're all picked already. Awesome. Enemies, all good to go. Everybody's ready.
Oh, this is my jam!
Well, that was fun, guys. All right. Second time's a charm. I swear to God, if it's the wrong one again, I'm going to be so upset. I guess it's right since it has all the stuff on the bottom. This is really going to push back my second game, so you guys better win quick. Like, I want to see a 10-minute game here from one of the teams. But saying my normal stuff, nobody has Portrait Synergy, so we're already off to a good start. Alright, we got the right map this time. Alright, so on the left side, Mortal Esports, we have Jonicles on the Lucio, Soray on the Gul'dan, the Pain Train on the Vala, Akfula on the Muradin, and Ini on the Lunara. On the right side, we have Shigity on the ETC, Levico on Chromie, Hawkpyre on the Ariel, DJ Hellscream on the Ragnaros, and a Rubber Duck on the Nazebo. Interesting enough, we're actually seeing Nazebo be in the solo lane. I mean, Nazebo will go the lane evenly. Lunara actually might do pretty well against Nazebo, but if you had Ragnaros there, then he will push the lane easy, just because he can constantly living meteor somebody else and get his own self-healing. So we're going to be looking for the Chromie to get some good hits, and we're going to be looking for the Ariel to see who she's got. Right now she has her crown on the Ragnaros, just put it on. And so we're going to be looking for that Chromie hits and looking for some of the peel for the EDC. One really big hit on the Gul'dan, and he's going to have to drain hope immediately. Cancels it a little bit earlier to get himself some free time. But, oh, that immediate jump onto the Vala, who looked like he stepped out a little bit too far, but they're all actually able to get out Lucio. Oh, man, the Chromie is doing work now. That damage. So I think I actually would have liked to have the Lunaro down here. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. They're still triple ranged. But with the Ragnaros here, they're looking for a lot more of that burst, trying to get more of the sustained healing from the Ariel, knowing that Nazebo doesn't provide that much. I feel like the game sound is really loud. We're going to turn it down a little bit. Doing it live. So get some good Chromie hits on the Lucio. I mean, it takes Lucio quite a while to heal everybody up. I mean, he's doing it well enough, and he does it for free, which is the good part. And we'll have to see how it plays out when the actual shrine starts, because then you start putting people into a confined area. Nazebo's actually having a real tough time in the top lane. Nice, good Chromie hit. She is going double all Sandblast, trying to get some of those double hits on. And looking to get her quest. Yeah, but I mean, this Nazeebo, since Lunara can just constantly poke Nazeebo and just worry about the wave later, Nazeebo's having actually a really tough time up here.
The beacons have activated. Control them. Please let this work.
Chromie had to back away already. She'll be back momentarily, trying to get some good hits, but this is going to give enough time for Mortal Esports to get both beacons, and they're going to have a pretty sizable lead up here. Nazeebo can't even step outside of his door to do anything about it, and so it's really going to depend on this 4-man to get any type of damage done. Trying to hit the Murden, do get a nice containment strike on it. Chromie hitting some good vol in the back line. And with this is what I'm talking about. See, this little funnel right here is going to allow Chromie to get so much damage. Murden goes down and hitting 3 members with the Sandblast, and that's a great pick. They were just barely able to take over the shrine, but meanwhile, top lane is still going to have some issues here. I think they actually probably don't need Ragnaros. I think they, since it's all backline from Mortal Esports and it's all backline from, you could probably do all backline from Seraphim. So I think they could use Nazeebo down here, and then just because of the Chromie poke alone, which would allow them to probably gain easy control of top lane. So looking for some big damage on the ETC goes down, but the counter kill on Lucio, good containment strike on Murden, but does give them recontrol of the Shrounds, and once again, Nazeebo can't fight top lane. Oh, that Vala though. No heals now, so any type of damage that Chromie gets on is going to be permanent. Luckily, the lane that Lunara has been winning is the lane that's getting the Zerg wave. And we're probably going to see nice. I like this delay from the Ragnos, not able to get him in lane range of the fort to take it over. He does get there eventually. Yeah, people from chat. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He did go Living Meteor build, which he's looking to get more hits on it. But I think he easily could have Living Meteor Lunara and do the same type of thing that Alarak works, where Alarak wins lanes because he constantly pokes, gets self-sustained. But meanwhile, Gul'dan dies in the bot lane. Top lane Mercs are going to go down decently well. Ragnaros has no heals. He's actually if Lunara could have easily chased that and gotten kills, just because there's nothing stopping her from slowing her down. Ragnaros can't turn on her that well. But as I was saying, so you kind of treat Ragnaros against a ranged player kind of like how you do Alarak. You constantly poke with your Living Meteor right on the person. Don't even put it on the wave. And then use your Sulfurious Smash to heal yourself. So Lunara can't heal, and she will eventually die, or she'll eventually have to back off due to the Ragnaros. But back to the kills. Looks like they are deciding to do it that way. They are deciding to put Ragnaros up top. It is going to hurt his Living Meteor stacks, but it'll work out, I think. The Nazeebo down here, they still have the Chromie. I mean, the Chromie is their main damage dealer down here anyways, so I think as long as she's getting the same hits that they've been getting, then she'll be doing some work. I'll check the talents real quick. I don't want to miss any of this team fighting though. A couple of misses of Detainment Strike, so they're just looking to push. And looking at the talents, we have Chromie pretty much done with her Sandblast talent at 5 minutes into the game. That is super strong. She's going to start doing so much damage with those hits. But EDC and the Ariel go down with the counter attack from Mortal Esports. The Vala is solo. And like now both teams are just going to play passive, waiting to get the heals from Lucio. But Chromie just constantly berating them with damage. And I guess you're right. I mean, Ragnos is having some issues down here. He had to back as well. Lunara is actually going to get the wave, or get the fort for it. So Mortal Esports is putting all of their pressure on Seraphim, and they're just having a hard time dealing with it. There is a level lead for Mortal Esports. Yeah, I mean, the Lunara is playing well. She's just basically out poking whoever's in that lane, and not allowing them to actually stay there. Especially if she's landing those W's. Ragnos actually blows Molten Core for this. That's a 2-minute cooldown that he's not going to have for this Zerg wave. If they have delay enough for them to have 2-minute cooldown to come back. Some good damage on the Chromie's still landing some good damage. I mean, she's top damage right Gul'dan's actually beating her in damage, just barely, just barely. Getting into more situations where they're in these, you know, choke points where see the Chromie does some damage. But with, I mean, the Gul'dan and the Vala is just putting out enough damage that they don't have to worry about it. Trying to get a little bit of a poke. They have a great positioning by Mortal Esports, kind of doing a concave attack with the Vala down here, able to get some flanks. Gonna get the, what a stun from the Murden on that Chromie, and got the stun and immediately turned onto the ETC to get that kill as well. And then following up with the Ragnaros. This is spelling doom for Seraphim. With, once again, Lunara having full control of the top shrine, not even batting an eye at it. Ooh, this nice good jump engage. They have the Lucio to the speed. This is the power of Lucio. Look, the Murden jumped in there, and Lucio immediately got his team in there with the speed boost. He actually went to quest talent at 1. Don't want to miss any of this more of his engagement. A good stun on the Nazeebo with a follow-up between the Vala brings her down as well. Shield Bearer already used for Lucio. Chromie, I mean, she's still getting a lot of that damage. They're just not, they just can't follow up on it. Like, Chromie will get the damage out, and then they all just eventually get healed up by Lucio. And this is only going to get better for them in late game, just because Lucio, once he gets Rejuvenacia, or whatever that thing is, how you ever pronounce that, he's just going to have so much healing. Ragnaros going into the fort. Not enough time. That fear. There was a sliver of time before that Molten Core came out, and that fear was perfect, allowing them to take the keep easily. I mean, this is putting, I mean, Heroics finally got reach for Seraphim. We're going to see Temporal Loop. There is no cleanse, so Temporal Loop is going to be looking for the one-shot kills. Temporal Loop with Sulfur Smash into anything else. That should be a dead hero. So if they can get some pickoffs now, they could easily be turning this game around. They're going to be looking, I like the Mortal Esports playing aggressively. They have still have a talent tier ahead. But down a little bit of downtime. We do see the quest not quite completed yet with Lucio. You know, has to time his crossfade when people die. We have Living Meteor almost done by Ragnaros. Chromie's completely done, and Corruption stacks are done. Murden jumping in there, barely pushed out of the way for them to secure the camp. If they were to get a reset, here's the reset on Lunara. Let's see if they're going to have a Sulfurous Smash follow-up. No Sulfurous. There it is with the 3-man Mosh, and this is the turnaround that they were looking for. Lucio should run away, though, because he has run speed, and then Murden should have the jump if he has the mana for it. Oh, if that whip hit. I think he should easily be able to get away with the leap. We'll leap across the wall right here. That Chromie, though. Be able to get that little bit. And that's some of the power of Lucio. I mean, they did lose 2 members, and I think if Seraphim can constantly repeat that with multiple kills, especially if they can time it when a beacon is up, they can bring themselves back into this game. It's not over yet. Both teams just playing defense right now. Make sure they can clear out their lanes. Yeah, so, I mean, Temporal Loop's going to be up. Sulfurous Smash is going to be up. If they can get another pick on any of the squishies, any of the DPS dealers, then that can allow them to really snowball. And that's what they're going to be looking here. Ragnaros did have to back a little bit just to get his mana back. And this becomes where you do a little dance on Raxus. You start taking over one shrine, kind of moving around until you can put pressure in a different lane, force them to back so you can steal the other shrine. Uh-oh, they're looking for cheeky positioning. They're going to think that, oh, hey, we're safe. We can rotate no matter what. But here comes a miss from the Stormbolt and a miss from the Lunara. And Aro was able to walk away, but Lunara got caught by the nice shield barrier. Mistimed on the Sulfurous Smash and everything else as well. But a good use of Lucio and the shield barrier, knowing that the incoming damage was coming in. Ragnaros gets picked off for it because of that flank that he was trying to put on. But man, Nazeebo started doing work with that Gargantuan. That does so much damage. What is that nonsense? If Chromie was to get any kill, any shot. Oh, that long range snipe on Lunara. And looking for another one, hitting on the Lucio, but does get stunned. But doesn't matter. Even the pressure with Murden, she was still able to finish up the kills. And hitting the 2 people in the back. They're looking for this engagement. Chromie, so good. And this is what I'm talking about. They're back. They're back in it, boys. Yeah, good luck, hero. So now they're going for the boss. They have send one person to take this top shrine. There's 4 members dead, so they have all the time in the world. Is this the comeback? This is the comeback dream. But no, with no healing here, ETC's actually gonna have a hard time. He actually might die. If he dies, that would spell disaster for him. Looking for Nazebo to pretty much finish up the rest of the boss. The boss is too strong, man. Too strong. Oh man, everybody's gonna have to back from this. And that's now with 5-man back up, they're not going to be able to secure an actual beacon, but at least with the boss pushing, that should give them map presence back. They actually see most of the members having to back, and they're going to get this gives Mortal Esports. I mean, that boss was tough. That boss did so much work for them. It actually helped Mortal Esports more than it hurt them. Boss is just pushing the lane that's already still has a fort. And forced everybody back and now out of position. Like, if they were able to take that boss with a lot less damage taken, because Ariel is terrible at healing any type of objective, like just straight up PvE stuff, just because she gets almost no hope from it. And so any damage you take is pretty much permanent damage. We're going to be seeing a boss fight here. Nazebo caught in a little back guard. They're looking for the Ariel. One whip pushing out the Muradin. And now we're back into the position where Chromie's just going to be looking to poke. The Lucio damage, he's going to have to back away already just from that alone. And they're going to be looking to be aggressive here. Lucio's going to take a while to heal that. They see Gul'dan in the mid lane. So they know they're separated. Chromie's going to be looking for those picks. But they got the nice swap here, just trading out beacons. I mean, the benefit here is that Mortal Esports has stuff pushing, so Seraphim's always gonna have to be dealing with that. But Mortal Esports is doing a great job on just constantly doing this dance of the beacons. You know, you have someone take top and then you can refight bottom. Especially if you're standing on the beacon, you're getting charge. Nazebo's a little far in the back. They keep going for this Lunara in the background, but the leap to unstoppable at big. What is going on here? That mosh pit hitting 3 members and able to kill the. Man, that mosh pit was weird because it was like in the zombie wall, so it was like moving, shaking around. But man, what a turn! These mosh pits are doing work. I really like seeing that that leap from Lunara to make her unstoppable. Oh, she gonna get out? Oh, she does not get out. And that's another 4-man kill. Man, the comeback for Seraphim is ridiculous. But yeah, I really like that. So that right when she's leaping, she's unstoppable. So she actually is self-cleansing the temporal loop, which is really cool to see. We're able to capture this Merc camp right before the Zerg wave came. So they're going to be looking for a lot of value out of this wave. They have 5 members up. Pretty much all 5 members of Mortal Esports will be back by this time. But if this is a situation where Chromie can easily just poke from the back line while they're trying to move up to take these Guardians. And if Chromie gets some good hits, they don't have Nazebo, so it's a 4v5. There's the one other temporal leap. We're going to be looking for the shield barrier. That damage a little bit off time. Shield barrier came out a little bit late as well. Shield barrier is not going to get any value. And having the well available, they will heal up eventually, but they're going to be looking for that Chromie. Lunara taking big damage. We're walking into, and she's just doing work back here. Between the Ragnaros poke with Living Bomb, the Chromie poke, I mean, they had a very good defense there, and they can easily just retreat to a Molten Core, but they're knowing that Nazebo's not with them, they're just going to push into this, and Ragnaros is in a terrible position. No mosh pit yet, 7 seconds. Ragnaros is going into Molten Core. They are going to lose Ariel. Big Sulfur Smash, but Chromie is not having a fun time against this Lunara. Oh my gosh, the Lucio, he's going for it. He wants it. How is Chromie still alive? There he goes. Tribes or Tribes 2? I played Tribes, if that matters. Tribes 2 is not that good. Tribes 1 was amazing, man. But this is Heroes of the Storm, and we're going to talk about Heroes of the Storm. So, it looks like they probably stayed a little bit too aggressive on that bottom lane without their 5th member. And as soon as the main point of the minion wave was dead, Mortal Esports just pushed into it. And they're looking to get some more aggressive position here. See if they can get some more structure damage. Still anybody's game. That's how some of the team fights have been going. I think Seraphim can easily push back from this. It's unlucky that they lost some of their power there. They didn't have Mosh Pit available. They didn't have Nazebo with them. And Lunara has the double wisp, trying to get more vision.
I don't mean any offense. I just want to be sure.
But beacons are going to be up soon. And now both teams are just going to be looking to get their merc camps. Opting to get the farthest one first. Even though this one, they had plenty of time to go there since they saw him. Checking the boss. I mean, it would have been pretty risky if either of the teams took boss. But they just saw him take merc, so they know they're not going to be there. Burden's doing a little bit of a body check-in. Right now, Seraphim now has the level lead. Full level ahead. They can potentially get 20 first, and that could be a big deal. Especially if they can get 20 before the next beacon. But the next beacon should be in about the next 30 seconds. Ooh, Nazebo. You're going to get engaged on. This is not spelling good. It is seen. I don't think there's enough follow-up here, even with the Murden stunning. But now if Murden gets that too far... There's no Rag shown. Rag should have Molten Core if available. I actually like this, that Rag is getting their soak, but now he's going to have to run. Yep. Seeing the rest of the members not be in lane anymore, he smartly leaves the lane. Chromie does have her level 20, so she has past and future me, so the damage is going to be... What a boss call! This is so... Oh, I don't know if they can do this. Now that's so much damage. Murden might actually have to... They have to back out completely if they want to re-engage, and they decide to still take it. Oh my gosh. They do have Mosh Pit. That is available. We got one big Mosh Pit, but Fear goes right onto the point, and they are able to steal the boss with the Sulfura Smash hitting nobody. And ETC Mosh is already out, and this is so ridiculous back and forth. ETC gets taken out, Ragnos gets taken out, Chromie gets taken out, but at the cost of Lunara. And if they get Nazebo here, one stun, missed the stun, so Nazebo might be able to get out now with the Lucio speed. Call him the GG. They do have enough damage to get the kills. I don't know, that boss was... I think they probably wanted to just leash it after they did the damage. That was... Oh, that was cheeky on both sides. One team died about half damage, got chunked down by the Chromie and ran away, but them keeping the boss engaged, trying to see, hey, we can steal this. They're right back at it. Murden still has Avatar, and that cost them their game. That trying to take the boss, trying to continue the boss instead of just leashing it. Forced an engagement that you think would go in their favor. They have Mosh Pit, they have Chromie that can sit in tight spaces. But, it didn't work out for him. So, congratulations to Mortal Esports. I actually have another game right now. So, I'm going to step into that. Or at least I'm going to try to get set up. So I'm going to be looking to... So, yep, congratulations to Mortal Esports. Hope to see you guys next week. I'm going to get right into... the next game. Oh, they already started. Oh, come on. They didn't even... Oh, I know. In-game still means that stuff. Okay, good. So, real quick, guys, I'm going to pause the do I need to? I'm just going to stop recording. This is all going to be one big string. That's fine.